Let me make this very bloody clear. I've never played the video game, I'm not interested in playing the video game, and from all the videos I've seen online of the video game, there is no story. So, this is a unique opportunity.
8.
Seeing those review scores had me kinda hyped. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually gonna not go watch this thing in theaters and just wait for it to come out on streaming. But I relented, and I'm glad I did because it's pretty fucking good. We follow the Lost Man, portrayed by and I didn't make that up, that's literally what he's labeled as, since we don't ever hear his actual name, who was on his way somewhere until he entered an endless subway tunnel. No matter which direction he went, the Lost Man was trapped in a loop until noticing a board with instructions to look out for anomalies. If he sees any within the hall, he must turn back. If there's none, he must keep going forward. As long as he adheres to these rules, he can make progress one exit at a time. If he fails, his progress resets and the anomalies are different. I know what you're thinking. You're saying there's no way this guy is 42 years old. Well, turns out he is, and them Asian genes are keeping him young, because I thought he was like 27 in this movie. In all seriousness though, how can a video game with no story and a basic ass plot be adapted into a movie? Well, give some great minds a camera and a limited budget, they'll make something happen. And they made a damn fine 95-minute movie that gets very creepy at times, with brilliant performances by Kazuo and Yamato Kochi, who portrays the Walking Man, which I can't really get into without spoiling stuff, so let's just say that he does more than just walk and smile creepily. The story is about a man trapped in indecision of fatherhood. He's kind of pathetic and finds out that his ex-girlfriend is pregnant and can't seem to figure out what to do or what he wants to do. And seeing that he's also trapped in an endless subway tunnel, he can either stay there forever or try his best to get the hell out by playing the game. And upon further thought, the story and plot felt very reminiscent of 1408. If you've seen that movie, you'll definitely get a good idea of what's gonna happen in Exit 8, and boy oh boy was it a good time, without all the different and confusing endings. It doesn't get as scary as I was hoping for. I really wish the film leaned in more with the creepy and scary elements, but where it lacks, the story makes up for. You can't have an intelligent person get caught in this kind of space because they'll easily get themselves out. Have you seen the speedrunners? 115! But our main character isn't the smartest, but also isn't the dumbest. He represents the average person struggling with responsibility. And not to spoil too much, but if you haven't figured it out by now, the tunnel, the Walking Man, the boy, represent the internal struggle the Lost Man is dealing with. I'm also not gonna get into the boy because that's also spoiler territory. All of which make this film a fascinating psychological watch. The movie opens in the POV of the Lost Man, which is an homage to the video game, but personally I found it distracting and annoying. But perhaps there is some hidden messaging or theme that I didn't pick up on. When he enters the tunnel, that's when the movie actually starts and is shot like a regular movie. The director and cinematographer definitely put in the extra work to try to make everything as seamless as possible wherever they could. There are beautiful, long, wide takes with hidden cuts that make the movie feel endless and claustrophobic. There are some awesome and unexpected transitions that occur throughout the movie to add more depth to the story. But I do think that my biggest gripe with the film is how incompetent the main character can be sometimes. Again, I understand that's the point. He's not supposed to be the best or most likable person, but considering how simple the rules are for this tunnel, if something is different, don't just stop and wait to see what happens. Fucking run! What are you doing waiting around just to see what might come from the other end of the tunnel? Fucking run, dude! You see or hear an anomaly and decided to just check it out? What are you, a white dude in a horror movie or something? Come on! And here's a fucking thought. Keep your inhaler in your jacket pocket. Stop constantly shoving it back in your backpack, motherfucker. Anyways, guys, I think this movie a rock. sucks. The pacing was a little iffy at times. Maybe they could have cut some scenes shorter or featured some more interesting anomalies or visual themes, but I had fun with this one and think it's well worth your time. Exit 8 gets Run, Forrest, run!
Mama always says stupid is what stupid does.
Alright, that's enough of me. I'll catch you guys next time.
Fried rice, fried rice, bitch.
Here's a tiny little spoiler segment because I really want to get my thoughts out on the ending. So we see in the end that the lost man accepts his responsibility as a father and sacrifices himself to save the boy. I don't think this boy actually is his son from the future. I think the lost man just visualized his own child as this kid who was also stuck in the tunnel. Of course, I could be wrong about that, but I digress. When he finally reaches exit 8, instead of a stairway up like the walking man ascended when he didn't reach exit 8, it's a stairway down. I don't know if there's any thematic significance of that, but we see him get back on the same train from the start of the movie. We see the same guy yelling at the same woman holding a baby. A crying baby. At first, I thought the lost man was stuck in the loop and became a creature of the tunnel like the walking man, but then we see him turn his head towards the man yelling at the woman and then it just cuts the credits, which confirms to me that he's not in the loop anymore. He did get out and has changed as a person, because if you do recall, he spoke about this moment and his inability to act or do anything about that very moment with the man yelling at the crying baby with the woman. Yelling at the woman with the crying baby. I definitely think he got out and he's gonna be a great papa.